That would be
I don't think that's good.
that would be scary. Like putting, like I don't know the time to farm for level 45 and a legendary set, but I know that it's around $6,000 if you pay it to level
Oh my
55.
God.
Yeah, it's so imagine in-game time. Imagine in-game time for $6,000. That's a lot of time.
That's insane.
And
That's insane.
and imagine if you could lose it if you get potted. Hello and welcome, Freedom Load. Thank you for being here, my friend.
Hey, thank you for having me.
This took time. This took like what, 2 months? I don't know. How long have we've been texting each other?
Well, it always came up to the last second, and then you're me or you. I think having kids kind of always puts a wrench in things.
Yeah, it does. You got kids? You got many?
Yep. Yeah, I got a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old.
Oh, so it's many. It's two. Two is a lot. 2 is a lot.
But don't you have 5?
No, I got 4, dude. She wants a 5th though. When our oldest are moving out, I said, yeah, maybe we can get one. I don't know. Right now, 4 is enough.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat.
Yep. All right, so let's start. What corporation and alliance are you in?
So I am the CEO of the Givers, and for a long time we were just a no alliance, PvP only, and some of the guys wanted to have a steady stream of ISK, something that would be safe PvE and kind of be part of a bigger community, since low sec is dying. So yeah, now we're part of Care Bears and really liking it.
Yeah, did you say Givers?
Yeah, the Givers.
So why the name?
Well, my name's Freedom Load, so I just thought it looked perfect. Give Freedom Load. Yeah, it's a little immature, but it's the little things.
It's still a fun one. Would you consider yourself like mercenaries, PvP, or just like pirates?
I would say pirates, but I would be wanting to get into like mercenary or not even mercenary stuff, but kind of be like the PvP arm branch of Care Bears, kind of be that, I guess, quote unquote hammer, so to speak.
Yeah. All right. Because when I think about pirates, I think about when I played EVE Online. And pirates to me was the people who tried to scam you for money during PvP.
Well, some of the guys in my group have done that. Where they are trying to ransom them off. I mean, I've done it a few times, but I'll usually let them go if they pay me. Yeah, I usually try to go by a code. So I mean, if somebody pays me 100 million or 200 or whatever it is, I'll usually let them go. Unless it's a really nice ship. It kind of depends.
Yeah, it depends. But yeah, that's the way I think pirates should be. But most pirates just kind of, I don't know, kill. I don't know. They're just more murderers than pirates.
I mean, I got 820 billion destroyed now, so I mean, I've definitely had a few where I might have said I was going to let them go, but by and large, I try to play by the honor code.
Dude, that's almost 1 trillion ISK in destroyed ships. Are you mostly like in fleets? No.
No. I'd say 99% of it solo.
Oh, you got yourself an admirer right now. Damn, that's a lot.
Well, the big one was, granted, it was a little unfair. The before they nerfed the Condor 2 interceptor, I think I racked up like 750 or 800 kills on that.
Yeah,
and it was basically unstoppable. So I didn't really need a fleet.
Yeah, true. What was your interceptor worth?
Oh, probably only 800 to 900 million, maybe a billion.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Oh, very cool.
It was a glass cannon. No, it was 100% DPS and speed, and the key was putting a dynamic fuel valve in there so that if you're getting Nost or Newt, you could still ride it out.
Yeah. Very cool. Very nice. Very nice. That doesn't work today though. Not the same way. No.
Yeah, now I'm using the Mega Striker, and Balgorn and the Ashimu.
Oh, you got 3 accounts?
Well, no, those are the 3 ships I kind of go between.
Oh, okay, cool. You are using... Okay, so I don't use the Balgorn, but I do love the Megatron. The Vindicator, of course. So it's good ships, man. From what game did you come from before Eve Echoes?
Before this one, it was mostly things like Call of Duty, or I did play computer games like Rome, Total War, things like that. I always liked strategy games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say this game I played more than any other game I can think of in recent memory.
Yeah, and it's usually mobile games now because of the kids, or because when you say Rome, that
you remember that Total War series? I mean, it started off in the early 2000s.
Yeah, on the computer, yeah.
Yeah. That was probably one of my favorite favorite games or franchises.
Yeah, there were a ton of mods on that one. I remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could have so many units or whatever it was called. Damn, I can't. Yeah. I didn't play it that much, but I know about it. Yeah. You play it today too? You do, right?
Well, sometimes just with the mods, and same with other ones are like Skyrim or ones that have mods. I always like that.
Dude, I played Skyrim when it came out, and I had the nude mod. Dude, I love that fucking game. That's the only mod that I had. I was a little bit immature. Now, what do you call it?
Oh, yeah, a little immature. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's where you're supposed to put it on video games. Yeah.
Yeah,
supposed to be a little immature.
True. All right. So did you play EVE Online before you came to EVE Echoes?
I had just started playing EVE Online. Like I was looking at it, for many years I'd heard about it. And I was actually I had started an account the summer that EVE Echoes was coming out. And then when I saw it was coming on the phone, and, I barely had invested any time on EVE Online, I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to go 100% EVE Echoes. So never got into EVE Online, but if Echoes hadn't come along, I probably would have.
Very cool.
Tell me if you agree that low sec, because this is one of the reasons why I've been kind of transitioning from low sec piracy, because low sec has just been dying, at least in my opinion, over the last few months, and really 6 months. I'm seeing fewer and fewer players, which I think the pirates have something to do with it. So I mean, I was kind of part of the problem, but I haven't noticed that.
Yeah, and it is a problem, and the reason are a couple. I would say the biggest reason is that lowsec doesn't have anything, and like the only thing you do is you can get an encounter in lowsec. You can do the stories in lowsec. That's pretty much it. I've always said that we need like better minerals. We need rats in the belts. We need something. And
that's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, and I was talking to Babsy. I'm not sure if you know who that content creator is. I was talking to him about like changing the game, so we just spitballing him and me and talking, and we like he actually come up with an idea that wasn't too far away from everything that I've been talking about in my videos. But he said, why don't they make it so that, for example, like to make lowsec more lucrative, why don't they make it so that minerals, like you can harvest twice as much, or like double the amount in the same time, and the rats got like 20% more bounties and stuff like that. Very simple ideas. And I was like, dude, that's very simple.
But then would that take away the incentive to go to null, though?
Well, null could have maybe more or something, like the idea, like the whole thought process of changing it up. That was kind of what I liked. I'm not sure, like I haven't thought about exactly how this would work. I just felt that it was a good idea to make something.
The idea of mixing it up, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I've said it something similar to that in my videos about having, for example, Sancha pirates, to make them have, for example, 50% more bounty for 2 weeks, and then Gristas and so on, just to make people move around.
That's a nice idea. Yeah, I actually like that because then people will move around. Because that's the one thing I've noticed is that you'll have certain pockets of areas that are heavily populated, but then you'll go 20, 30 systems in a row that have nothing. So it'd
Yes,
be nice if they had something that would incentivize people to kind of move around a little bit more and not just camp in one little area.
exactly. And that is why,
Yeah.
and I think personally that low sec is too easy. If low sec would have been dangerous, like if we would have gate camps, um, temporarily gate camps, not with bubbles, but with people who sacrifice a lot of stuff just to tank the gate guns, just to be able to shoot you or shoot you like just shoot you and warp away. That would make
What about taking
yeah,
away insurance?
dude. Yeah, yeah. 90% of my videos is take away the insurance. I don't like it. It destroys the
Because
game.
I mean, because the more I think about it, I mean, before insurance, like I remember losing a ship and literally having to plan to rebuild a new one.
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, and then that also I think would maybe even scale down the low sec piracy because if the pirates start losing their ships, they're not making the ISK off of ratting, so then it
True.
becomes less incentivized if you don't have an easy comp.
Yeah. And I've
Yeah.
said I've talked about it to natives. I've told them like we need to do something about the insurance, and they have told me that um we need the insurance because people will leave the game if they lose their ships. And I say no, they will leave the game because there's nothing to gain in the game. And
Yeah, because you have
so
people
yeah,
who. Cause I think the problem is that once you get to certain groups that just have a ton of carriers or they get very OP ships, and if they lose those ships, all they have to do is just pay a little insurance, and they get that ship right back. And I mean,
yeah,
if they actually lost it, I think that would kind of change it.
it would be a different world. It would be a lot harder and scarier to play the game for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I would love that. I
Yeah.
moved my ships. Now it's a year ago, but I moved them from null sec to high sec during a war without insurance because I didn't have money for insurance. And I moved it.
Ooh.
I moved my Balgorn, my Nightmare, and my Vindicator. I didn't record the Vindicator though, but I moved it during war without scouts. I was like, I'm just moving it right now, and I have 2 videos of 2 of those ships doing it, and I sit and talk. And when I got closer to like the end of it, where I know that here is gate caps, I just hope that it was blue and not red. Dude, the feeling,
But I bet you
I
that
loved
I
it.
bet you that yeah, that the nerves that you get from that,
Yes,
that excitement.
yes,
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it,
Yeah.
and I want to do it again. It's just very stupid to do it, but the feeling you have when you cross the line and you be like, yeah, I'm in high sec. I made it. That is a great feeling, and I think everyone should like try that. Take a very expensive ship and just go away, like go somewhere and try to
I used to
survive.
actually do that all the time. I used to,
Oh, you do it without insurance?
well, no,
You have insurance,
well,
right? So if it's
I do have insurance, but
yeah,
but I
yeah,
remember though before it came out, I would do it with the succubus, where I would just go into null areas and just roam around, and I thought it was much more exciting, because if I lose that ship, it's I got to go build a new one.
yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
we're on the same page. I do agree. So, how does a day in Eve Echoes look for you? What do you do?
So I would say either clearing out anoms and trying to get special anomalies, or doing low sec roams. I now try to use an alt just to scan people down and tackle them, but I don't even put any weapons on them. So just there for scanning and tackling, and then I bring on the mega striker.
Yeah, just to finish it off. What's your DPS on the
Yeah.
Mega Striker?
When I get things going, I can get up to about 6,000.
Ooh, is that with implants today?
No, that's the one
Oh, that's
thing.
good.
So I haven't gotten into implants yet, and I know I need to. I just find it kind of daunting, the amount of work that it will take and the amount of time that it will take
Yeah,
to
yeah,
it just seems like it's almost unrealistic to really dedicate that much time just for one thing. And the
yep.
thing that kind of sucks is that, if I'm not mistaken, those things aren't at risk if you lose your ship. So like if
No,
you, yeah,
that
and
would
I
been
don't think that's good.
that would been scary. Like putting Like I don't know the time to farm for level 45 and a legendary set, but I know that it's around $6,000 if you pay it to level
Oh my
55.
god.
Yeah, it's so imagine in-game time. Imagine in-game time for $6,000. That's a lot of time.
That's insane.
And
That's insane.
and imagine if you could lose it if you get potted. Dude,
Yeah.
people would fly around with like level 15 at most.
Oh, absolutely.
That would be awesome.
That's how you curb things.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would
And
love
now
that.
I haven't even gotten into it yet, so I don't have any implants yet. I have a bunch of materials. I think I've only done one dormant realm, but it's one of those things I know I need to, but I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, yeah. Nettie's claims that it's something we need to have in the future. So we'll see what happens. I have.
Well, I'm seeing these.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
seeing these ships that have like 50,000 DPS. I'm thinking, that are
yeah,
like
yeah,
vindicators.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I really don't like it. It's weird. I heard I heard that 3 striker ravens, I think it was, they killed dreadnought, I think, in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
That shouldn't happen. I mean, sure, the dreadnought. It's fun when a dreadnought die with like battleships, but that's the wrong way, I think.
Yeah, if anything, I think that if you had 10 or 15 strikers that are all in siege mode,
That's fine.
and you have a capital lockdown, absolutely, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
But when you have battleships that are doing more damage than carriers, I think that's a problem.
Yeah, imagine the carriers with that. Can they even have that? Can they have that? Yeah, they can, right?
Yeah, they can. I think carriers can have implants. So, I mean, it's almost making it so that you have to have it if you want to be relevant in the meta, which I think is kind of, I think that's the wrong way to go.
Like as a solo player, as myself, if I go and attack something that I think that I will take, that I normally take, and I just get like insta killed, that would piss me off. If I knew, like, man, that typhoon, man, I know what he had.
I just actually lost the Mega Striker to not a Vindicator, a Vigilant, and the Vigilant just melted me in seconds, just seconds. It was insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
they have to fix that. This is an issue, man. I don't know. It's not.
They're losing players. I mean, they're losing players. It seems like. Granted, I mean that's just maybe I'm wrong, but I feel
they
like,
are. They are. All the time.
Yeah, so if you're losing players and you're implementing these things that are only for the people who are either going to spend a ton of money or are going to play it 24/7 in huge groups, you're really, really narrowing that, the potential player base.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're kind of forcing people out almost.
Yeah, they do. And all the new people, like there is new people starting this game every day. Like every day, all day. And they just see everything they have to do. It's like, play it for 2 years and get the implants. Yeah. It's gonna take you 1 more year at least for farming. They'd be like,
literally,
no,
it'll take years to be relevant. Like, people aren't gonna do that.
No. They need more. We need more for new players, and we need less for older players. To be honest, I mean, we should have stuff for capitals, of course. We should have stuff for battleships, but it shouldn't be only. The game is much more.
I think that they should come out with more. They should come out with more ships. I think that the tier system's kind of also messed up. I think that it'd be more fun if you could have a level 7 ship that could compete with like a level 10 ship. If you have it rigged a certain way. Now, I know you can do that now, but you know what I mean. Like if you had more variety and ships that could specialize a little bit more in things, I think you could have better fights.
Yeah, and today it's a lot about skills. So I can jump into a T7 and I can do a lot of good stuff with it. But a new player that just can play, like that can just fly a T7, he cannot do much stuff with it. He needs the skills, and the skills takes time. So it's still time. I don't think I don't understand why we have the tech tree like I, I really don't get it. Like in the
I agree.
beginning, I said, I hope we have infinite tech tree. So it's like now it's tech 11, and now like next half year we have tech 12 and stuff, so we can grow all the time. But it stops at 10, which make it to be like this is the end game, and the end game is 2 year ahead, which is fucking stupid. So yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well, what about
totally
this? What
agree.
about a what about for new players? Now, granted, I think a lot of people might not like this idea, because they had to wait a year or two to get to where they are. But what
True.
about for and they kind of had it now, but for new players to have something to accelerate them to move farther along.
I think it's
Something
a
where
good
they can
thing.
jump to jump to level 8 or level 9, within the first 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, something like, of course, we're just thinking
how
out
many
loud,
people are
right?
level 10 right
But
now? I mean, how many people would you say right now are level 10? I mean, I would say vast majority of people who play this game,
yeah,
every day are for the most part level 10.
yes, yes.
So, I mean, for
Yeah,
them, it'd
yeah.
be better if we had more level 10 players.
I wouldn't be against it. Now it's just that 2 3 months, I don't know, but like I would be all for accelerating new players, because even though they can get to Tech 10 in 1 year instead of 2 years, or maybe it is 1 year, I don't know. So maybe let's say that they get to Tech 10 in 6 months, and we had to go through a year to get it right. So let's say we just up with 100%. I would think that is very okay, because we still have the knowledge of the game, we still have the experience that they don't have. So even though they can be a part of the team and do dormants and do all this whatever they want to do, they
There's still
still are
they still
new.
don't have that advantage of experience.
Yes, so I
Yeah,
think it's okay. I would agree to that. I did a video where I said we should give them better login rewards. I mean, really good
I agree.
login rewards for like 2 or 3 months. And we, as older players, should not get anything. Like, we don't need anything. All this, what I get, like 5,000 skill points, and I get, some kind of, I don't know, prototype weapons. I got, tons of it. I don't know what to do with it. It's just annoying. Like, I don't want to log in. I log in for the people, for the friends, for having a good time, because I already
Yeah.
love the game. I don't need it. But all the new players should get stuff that makes them want to log in one more time every day.
I couldn't agree more. Like maybe doing, 100, 150,000 skill points a day. I bet you
Oh,
people
hell
would
yeah.
log in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then one thing I wish they would kind of do for older players is make it lesser expensive to reskill. Because
Yeah,
I think that's one
definitely.
thing that kind of because I mean
Definitely.
that's one thing, if people are able to skill out of things. I know they might be worried about, people trying to chase a meta, but at the same time you'd get more variety because people wouldn't be so committed to one thing. You could try out different things and not have to worry about
Well, yeah.
investing a ton more to try to reset it.
I think the reason for not letting us reskill cheaper is what, like, it's a thing that hurts the game. I think if everyone could reskill pretty much all their skill points for like $20, that would be something that people would use. Now, I only reskill when I have free Lazarus points. I got like 10 million now again. So I can
Yeah.
reskill some stuff. But even like for new players, they don't even have that. And the game is supposed to be, you are supposed to have fun and try different things. You don't know what you like. So it should be a lot more cheap to do that.
Yeah,
And I think
yeah,
alpha
I think.
players should be able to it. I mean, alpha players cannot even use it today. So
Well,
it's
that's the other thing too. It's not a free to play game. I mean, it
oh
is
no.
it's a subscription game.
Yeah, pay to play. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that would also be granted. I mean, I'm at the point now where I'm able to purchase Plex in game,
Yeah.
and to use that to get Omega now. But granted, that's after I have nice ships. I built up my character, so now I have the skills and the and the know-how
Yeah.
where I can. But for new players, maybe they should get like 6 months free Omega, just to get them into the game.
That's yeah. I wouldn't say no. That would give us more players. More players means more games. So yeah, I think that's a bit much, but yeah, I think it's cool. I wouldn't say
Well, don't
no.
get me wrong. I mean, I understand, especially when, I purchased that year-long thing. I'm like, well, I spent, I think it was like $180 for a whole year.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, if we have a shrinking player base, then I feel like I almost threw away my money. So I'd almost rather them give somebody a better deal, versus me feeling like I threw money away to a game that's, dying.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
That's why I have my giveaways. That's why I do my events, just to have people play the game and having a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we want people to play the game, and whatever.
I am guilty.
Yeah.
I know I've caused people to rage quit. I'm positive. I mean, I've had times where I probably should have let somebody go, and now in hindsight, now I feel like I'm a little bit more generous with people when I'm hunting. But if they're over so many days, I'll probably not show that much mercy. But if they're under a certain threshold, I'll usually just leave them alone now.
Yeah, that's kind of. I mean, yeah, it should be a harsh game, and like there's no wrong and right. I mean, it's not your fault that people are leaving. Some people might leave because they die, but they are not fitted for a game like this. They can go and play something else. But the people that are fitted for this game and leave the game because the game doesn't care for what they want to do, that's the biggest issue, I think. But all right,
I agree with that.
Yeah. All right, let's go back. We know that you're a pirate. So what do you enjoy most doing in Eve? What's the best time?
Oh, like last night, I got an $8.7 billion Balgorn kill. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Yeah.
Dude, that's nice.
Yeah, it's that moment when you don't know if you're going to win or they're going to win. You don't know what their fit is, and I love that suspense going into the fight.
That's not, where was this?
Oh, I think it was somewhere in Losec. It was somewhere, I think in Forge. I think somewhere around there.
Okay. Did you scan him down or?
Yeah. So because what I normally do, I'll scan him down with a hound, and then I'll go refit, take out the scanner, put in another scram. So I got 3 scrams, and then I got one on the striker too. So doing, what is it, 16 stab.
That's good.
Yeah. Now, granted, for this guy, I felt kind of bad because, when I looked at the kill mail, it said he, only 3. So the guy had a lot of warp core stabilizers on there. So for those ones, I almost feel worse because they put all that that effort into it, and it's like, it wasn't enough.
Do you have a death core? Do you have a death core on the Vindicator? The striker?
No, I just got the blue one, but my webs are still 77%, so that's still sufficient.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about the death core, like the one with like the stab?
Yeah. I was thinking like you could get even more stabs.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. But no, I went for the web bonuses.
Yeah, I opened 3 boxes recently. I got 3 free keys, or not really free, but you got them because you did something. I can't remember. So I got 3 free keys, and I pulled the chests or the boxes, and I got the Tempest Death Core, and I got the Macarial Death Core. So I was like,
nice.
That's fucking crazy. Like, how did I get 2? And I was thinking of maybe making a Macarial that is fucking quick and having as much stabs as possible, stabbed to the teeth, and I would just be hanging in low sec and wait for people to scan me down and catch me, and I'd be like, bye. just because leaving, just because people get pissed off when you have stabs, and I hate stabs, so that would be even more fun if they find me and I just warp away. I even thought about having an event where I move around in no sec in a stabbed Macario. and people
said,
hunt
I thought
me.
you were saying, oh, I thought you were going to play like scrams on it.
Oh no
Like,
no
you
no
know,
no
like
no no
plus.
no 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 stabs on it, so I can just like almost no guns, you know, just for just being there, being targeted, and then just like warp away, just because
Someone
making
will lock
people
you down.
angry. Oh man,
Dude,
I don't know, man. I don't know how many I can cram on, man. I'm talking
well,
no
I mean,
tank. I'm talking just
oh, yeah.
like, but yeah,
Oh, just putting Aurora corpse
yes,
stabilizers on.
yes, yeah, just so like, just piss people off. I don't know. It's
Yeah, because
just,
that always pisses me off. I'm not gonna.
yeah,
That is the
yeah,
one, especially in low second, you get that crime timer, and you have to. It's just like the 5 minutes of shame. Yeah, because you weren't able
yes,
to lock them down.
yes, yeah. That's
Yeah.
the walk of shame of Eve Echoes. All right, so you're a solo PvPer just like me, and you're scanning down your targets with your hound, right?
Yeah.
So when you scan down people, what is the worst thing that you can find? Like what is the ship that you do not want to attack? Or do you just go blindly into anything like just like me?
So I'll basically, as long as it is because I actually stay away from anything that I would think that would be less than like 500 million. As
Oh,
long as
okay.
it's not a capital. As long as it's not a capital, yeah, I'm going after it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. There's
Yeah,
no
and I would
ship that
say,
you
and
feel no.
as long as there's not more than three of them, because I'll usually fight, you know, 2 versus 1, or I
Yeah,
have tried to take on three, but yeah, if it's less than two battleships, yeah, I'm going after it.
that's cool. That's cool. And your best kill, what would that be? Do you know your highest?
Oh, you know what?
That
I
is,
actually
yeah.
was thinking to myself. I think last night the 8.7
That's one of the top.
Battleborn. Yeah. Otherwise, I've had a ton of faction battleships, but I haven't killed a carrier yet. That's the one thing I want to do.
Yeah.
But I don't. But I would have to kill it with a battleship, so I still got to figure out a good way to do that.
Okay. Yeah. That's gonna happen.
What
I'm
about
I'm
you?
telling you. About me,
What's your biggest
well,
kill?
oh my biggest kill.
What's your biggest ship?
Ships. So the biggest ships, I think faction battleships, I think it was, oh man, you know, I don't keep track. And most of the time I meet cruisers like vigilants and stuff like that. But and I'm thinking about what I've killed myself, because if I kill something with someone else, I don't feel it counts. So I think the faction battleships actually was someone else. But like one
Yeah,
point,
do you think when you're roaming? Do you think when you're roaming with like me, for example, when I had the Hound and the Mega Striker, then
yeah,
I guess I wouldn't be. I guess that's not really solo, because I mean, you know, yeah, I guess
yeah,
it's
it's not really, but
technically multi.
it doesn't matter. Like the biggest kill is still the biggest kill, and it's just like I'm thinking about what I've done myself. It's just like a personal thing, you know. I
Yeah, so for
feel,
me, I would say the kill mills for me. I almost like the little chevrons on the side of my ship with that kill mill more than the loot that's inside the ship.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I think the biggest kills I've done is probably cruisers, to be honest. So I know I killed a vigilante for 1.6 billion. I killed let me see, phantasms over 2. But I
You got
can't I
Stratios?
can't no Stratios at all. I haven't killed a single Stratios. And not an Orthos either.
So
I've
those two are
killed,
nice little loot boxes.
yeah, and strikers. I was close to kill a striker APOC, but he jumped, so I can't remember really. And I don't look at the kill maze. I just kill and warp away. I don't even loot, man. I
Yeah, I
yeah,
won't loot. Like I'll look at the kill mill, and if I look at and if I don't see any like standout loot, I'll
yeah,
usually just leave it for them.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's very like that's smart. But I tend to say that I play for the 30% hull fight. You know, when I got 30% hull, that's when I live. You know, that's when it's the most fun. When I feel like shit, I'm going down. I have to turn this around. That's when it's fun. And if I just kill some people, like some people just melt really quick, and I just like it's not even fun. Like when that
Yeah, it's
happens, I
not the
just
thing, 'cause
like
you don't feel that danger. No, I know what you mean.
yeah. So yeah, I'm very bad at keeping track of my kill marks, kill mails.
Do you upload your kills to like Eve stats or anything like that?
We have something on my Discord. I don't even like, but I don't post my kill mails there. You know, I don't have time. Like I do my videos, I do my stuff, and then I go in and edit. I don't keep track, man. So it's not important to me, obviously. I just want to have fun. So yeah.
Yeah. So I would say one of my big goals was to get to, well, first 1 trillion, and then try to get to 2 trillion, and
Yeah, that's a good goal. That's a good goal. I think like when we started the game 2 years ago, I thought about, you know, having the best kill ratio, like kill death ratio. And I was like, I'm never gonna die. You know, I'm always gonna win. I'm gonna have billions of ISK killed and nothing lost. You know, pretty much like that. But then, as soon as I started making like what the fuck videos and flying around stupid like with stupid fits, I just don't care anymore. It's like I got more death than kills, definitely, because I just play recklessly. You know, so I kind of gave up on that dream.
so when I started to get, because I think the most I've gotten so far is like 86 or 87 kills in a row. I was close to 100, but I started noticing that like the closer or the more kills I got in a row, the more reckless I would become. Because in the back of my head, I'm like, well, I kind of deserve to die by this point, you know. So you know, like every kill, like a couple of days ago, I just basically yeeted my striker into sovereign space. You know, finally ran into a gate camp, but yeah, I was on like 40 or 50. I'm like, you know what? I really probably do deserve to die by some point.
Yeah, it happens to everyone. But yeah. Did you see when I lost my Hyperion recently?
I did. Yeah, you talking about with Virtual?
No, not that one. Yeah, but this was like a few days ago.
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I landed on the gate. I think it was in Konora. Yeah, it was in Konora, and there was a war. So there was like 50 people on the gate, and I was like, oh damn, there's something happening in the other side. So I was like talking to them in local, like, what are you doing, guys? How are you doing? And they'd be like, hey, sheep. And I saw everyone jump. And I was like, I'm not in the fleet, but you know, I have to jump in. You know, and I jump in, and it's 50 or 60 gray and a bubble, and I'm there. And I was like, yeah, let's see if I can get to the gate. How many did
you take with you?
Well, I didn't want to kill anyone. You know, there were like I was talking to them before, so I was kind of like cheering for them to win. So I didn't want to shoot them at all. I just want to watch. And I thought maybe they warp away, or maybe it is a big fight on this side. But there was nothing. There was just them. And I was like, I said hi in chat, so they knew that I was there. And I was like, this is gonna be bad. So I just approached the gate, and they started scrambling me like some frigs and stuff. And I was like tanking a little bit. And at the end of the video, I was like, yeah, maybe I should try to shoot someone. And I hit a frigate, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna kill him. I shoot the second frigate instead. And it was a Dramiel, and I hit him and took almost like the shield or something. And I was like, no, I can't. And then I died because they shot me. So I have it on video too. So it's pretty funny. But I kind of do stuff like that, man. So I lose a lot of money, but my market makes me a lot of money too. So I can afford to do that. But it's fun videos, man. So yeah.
Oh, I agree. Those are my favorite. Like when you go into a gate camp. But now my goal is to try to take as many as I can. I mean, that's the. Yeah,
but not if it's 50 people, man. If it's 50 people, I'm kind of laying myself on the back right away.
I'm taking at least 4 or 5 with me. That's my goal.
Good.
4 or 5.
There was a cap. I think there was a cap, like 1 or 2 caps on the gate too. So it was like very hard to tank, and I was very tanky, and it didn't work. But yeah, if I wouldn't, like, if I had landed on the gate, I would probably go and attack, of course, try to kill people. But it was like a weird thing because we talked like 30 minutes before, and then they'd be like, yeah, we gotta go, it's a war. I was like, yeah, I'm coming. Not in the fleet, but I'm joining.
Hey, whatever happened to hospitality? Yeah, they should
Yeah,
just.
yeah, yeah. They should like I was gray. It's nothing weird. But all right, okay. So you're telling me you pay for your ships in game with the ISK that you make then?
Mhm. By and
Yeah,
large, I mean,
yeah,
granted, there was we got that fair amount of plex from doing that year
yeah.
Omega, yeah, but otherwise, yeah, I would say probably a few billion a week able to scrap in.
That's good. So you make enough ISK to support. That's good.
Hmm.
Um, let's talk about some issues. We have been talking a little bit about issues already, but how do you think Eve Echoes runs today for you?
Well, I mean, like it's the implants, it's the new stuff that they've done. I feel like is not good. But otherwise, I mean, I have liked a lot of the other stuff though. I mean, I like this the idea of the game, the ability to basically have an open sandbox game and be able to do whatever you want. It would just be nice if they leveled the playing field a little bit more.
Okay. And
Yeah.
your vision of Eve Echoes in the future, what would you like to have in the game, or how would you like the game to be in the future? Except,
I would like it to
yeah,
have way more players and then no insurance. And I know that
yeah,
almost sounds counterintuitive because if you take away insurance, that might scare people away. But if you give all new players insane benefits, 6 months of Omega,
yeah.
give them a shit ton of skill points in the beginning. I mean, yeah, I think that's going to offset those people quitting from losing a ship.
I agree. I also think that alpha players should be able to, for example, translate in chat. I think they should be able to sell and buy everywhere. I think they should be able to receive contracts. I think they
Yeah,
should
absolutely.
be able
Otherwise, they're
to,
otherwise they're not
yeah,
really part of the game. I mean, yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's not easy for them to be an alpha player and enjoy the game and be like, yeah, I'm gonna pay for this. This is fun, man. So give them more freedom. Give them, of course, less skill time, of course, if they're alpha. But as soon as they start paying, like the login rewards, everything should really amp up, so they get into the game
yeah.
really quick. I agreed so much to that.
Because once people can see how much fun you can have with this,
Yeah,
I think that yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about losing players so much, because people will be invested more because they enjoy the game.
I agree. Um,
Yeah.
so your corporation, by the way, just to go back to the corporation a bit, how many players, like how many members are you?
So right now we're at about, I think it was like 38 or 40. But granted, some of us have a few alts in there, so it would be nice to have a few more players because I would say you need at least probably 60 to 100 if you want to be a major contender.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
otherwise, yeah,
yeah.
I've been liking it. I like the area. Declan, I think it's nice to actually have a nice, safe PVE area, for the guys who want to make us that way. But
Is it safe?
otherwise,
Is Declan safe?
yeah. So Declan's blue to us, and then otherwise you go south, you go east, and then you definitely have a lot of opportunities over there too. So I was a little worried about all the blues, but it hasn't been an issue at all.
All right. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am actually looking for Alliance myself. So
Well, which alliance are you in right now?
I'm in the Space Cows.
Oh, the Space Cows?
Yeah, since the beginning, pretty much.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so yeah, I've been a Space Cow for my whole life, but I feel like I need to,
Mix it up.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that, but I'm not sure where to go. So I got a poll on my YouTube where people can like vote what they like. I want to be in a place where I have the most
Benefit?
support. No, not benefit. Not benefit at all. The support, like people's support. So where
No,
I
I
have
agree.
my subscribers, like where they are. I think that's a place I would like to be. Now I've been giving some crazy offers by people like capital ships, like you get a capital ships if you join me. But it's like that doesn't really. I mean, of course it's nice with the capital, but I really want the right people around me.
That makes a difference. I mean, it makes the game more enjoyable. I mean, that's half of it
Yes,
is the people you're
yes,
playing with.
yeah. So I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go, but we see in the near future. I hope. I'm very torn.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
yeah. I do. I actually like to. I like being able to go to Fountain. You know, that's all gray or red, and then you can also go out east, and then you got that whole area. Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
actually a nice little spot too.
very cool. We all play games, but what do you do in real life?
I work for T-Mobile. I sell phones for a living.
You sell phones. You sell
Uh,
cell phones.
yeah,
Um, are you the guy that you meet in the store that like explains to you what
yeah,
the phone is? Oh, interesting. Okay.
yeah. Doing that for over 10 years.
How damn you know your phones, man. So,
Uh-huh.
what kind of phone do you play your games on?
I got a McLaren One Plus, or I got an S21 Ultra.
Yeah, I mean you should know, right?
Oh yeah, oh
What?
yeah.
All right. So, if someone thought about playing Eve Echoes and they like have a crappy phone today, what phone would you tell them to buy? Like, what kind of phones would be best to play Eve Echoes on?
For me personally, I would say Galaxy 22 or 21 Ultra. But otherwise, for the money, the One Plus is a great phone because you're getting the hardware for gaming and it doesn't have as nice of a camera. But yeah, if you're just using it for gaming, I'd say like a One Plus McLaren, probably one of
All
the better
right.
phones I have.
Okay. And if someone is very specific about want to have an iPhone, for example, do you know?
Oh, I'm not Team Apple. No, Team Android.
Team Android. Yeah. So you don't know. You don't know about Apples.
Oh, well, honestly, any iPhone 11 or newer would work.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, very.
Yeah, iPhone. Yeah, yeah. I think eBay goes for the. I've never played it on an iPhone, but I would assume it would play well on, especially the newer ones. You know, like any Pro series would be able to handle it.
Yeah, I got the latest one. I can't remember 14 or something, and I've never had issues. I started it with like iPhone 12 when Echoes came out. I think I had no problems, no glitches, nothing. It's been working for me. So
Yeah, but I would say Apple's probably the most consistent phone you can get. But I like to be able to customize or be able to download certain.
yeah,
I like to download ROMs and other stuff. So, but yeah,
very
yeah.
cool, very
I
cool.
think Apple's always a good choice.
Okay, cool. But all right. So the last question. This question I ask everyone, and I have no idea myself. So I will ask you: how many kill marks do you have?
So I believe when I was looking at Eve stats, I believe it had me at around 1,400.
Oh,
I think it was that, or maybe it was a little bit more than that. Yeah, it was at least 1,400, maybe 15, but yeah, around 1,400.
yeah. That's definitely way more than I do.
Because I know that the Condor's got like 700 some, 750. My Ashmu's got 300. The only one that I don't, and the Megathon Striker, I now got 284, something like that. Granted, that one I've only been flying for a few months, so I'm gonna get that one up. And the other one, I only have one kill on the Valgorn, so I really got to jack that one up. Yeah, just started flying that
Sounds
one
so
too, but I'm a
simple.
little nervous because there's 8 billion, so I'm a little nervous taking it out.
Oh, 8 billion? My Vind is 9.
Mhm.
They have yeah, it's expensive. Shit.
Yeah, but I bet you towards the end of the month, especially if I'm on a good kill streak, I'm probably more willing to to eat something expensive like that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here, my man.
Yeah, and thanks for having me, by the way.
It took
Yeah.
some time, but finally we made it. So some people are gonna be really happy to have you here.
Hey, and you should consider Care Bears. When if you guys do make a switch, it's a nice
I
group so far.
I will have it in my mind.
Hey,
All
remember
right.
Lord Cobra? Yeah, he's also
Yes.
part of it too.
Oh yes, you're in the Lord Cobra team.
Yeah, so he's part of Shield. Yeah, so he's also part of Care Bears.
Oh, amazing. So yeah, because he also flies Striker Mega.
Uh-huh. Yeah, me and
Yeah.
him were part of IPK for a while.
Do you hang in Tama a lot? No.
A lot of my guys do. I don't anymore that much because I feel like it's you get better prey when you find people out running missions or doing
Yeah,
other stuff. Because I feel like Tom is more just low price builds trying to get heavy kills.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm only there during streams, just because it's quick to have fights. It's quick
Yeah, I mean,
entertainment for
I'll
people.
jump in and help out guys, or I might show up once in a while, but no, I usually try to stay out of Tama.
Yeah, right, right. Well, maybe I see you in space sometime. We can duke it out.
Yeah,
But
yeah, absolutely. Hey, maybe we'll go into Rome one of these days.
yeah, sure. I would love to. I just need to find the time. But yeah, that would be awesome. All right, thank you so much, and
It's been good talking to you.
I could talking to you, man. Bye bye.
Bye bye.